This is the best vegetarian food in Indonesia. So I have no idea what's inside this and I hate that. Doing tourist things.
Tourist things. Hi everyone! So we are in Jakarta. We travelled from Surabaya yesterday, so it's our first full day here and we're going to explore it as much as we can, but we're actually going to start off at the National Monument. It's really big.
Right here. Where is it?
There. So we're going to walk up to that now. There is someone on a speaker talking, I don't know what that's about. There's some kind of event on it.
Yeah, it's Sunday today, so I think it's going to be quite busy with everyone off work.
Yeah, today is Sunday.
There's no entrance fee.
Wait, Daniel, there's something going on.
Oh wow, come over here.
It's like military or something.
So there's a lot of military here right now and they're doing some type of march thing. So we'll go over and see, can we watch it? I hope we're allowed to video, yeah?
Senjatanya di atas mas, di dada. Senjatanya di dada. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bentar.
So I remember our taxi driver telling us something about it's their Independence Day this month, and I think that's what they're getting ready for. There is some kind of military event, but I'm only guessing that's what it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, even everywhere we've been so far, they've always had like the Indonesian flags like everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like this now here as well.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
We're at the monument now and it's really big.
It's absolutely massive.
As you can hear all the mosques around us. That's actually a really big one here, but my camera is not focusing on it. I don't know if you can see it. Just here. I think it's a prayer and you can hear it throughout the city on big speakers. There's another one over there too, and there's one here, one here. There's 3 prayers going on at the same time. We were gonna actually go inside the monument, but it's closed at 3 o'clock and I think it's 3:30 now. But at least we got to look at it from the outside. It's fine. I'm happy with that.
Getting our own little show, it's so cool.
You're sweating.
Very hot.
That was good. We were asked to take down our drone, but we were asked very kindly to take down our drone.
Yeah, they're very nice in fairness, but I think it's because it's a government building or government monument.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to fly the drone around here. It's like that in most countries, you know, if you go to like a government place, you're not allowed to fly your drone, but I forgot about that.
It's okay, we have it on our vlog, on our camera. Danny got a little video.
I got one video. I snuck in one.
They came over, they're like, can you take it down? And Danny was like, okay, taking it down. All I heard was record, beep. He just took a quick video before he took it down. But yeah, it's not a big deal. Bold, naughty.
I got my footage.
You got your footage. Okay, we're gonna try get a tuk tuk now, but we're gonna finish up at the monument. It's very beautiful.
Alright, so we're gonna get a tuk tuk here with this guy.
Pasar Baru.
Yeah?
Market.
Yeah, 20,000?
40,000.
Oh, on Grab it's 20.
Yes. Grab memang sama.
20.
Huh?
20,000.
Oh, 25. Yeah.
20.
25, yeah.
25,
yeah.
perfect. There's the market here.
Finish.
Very good, thank you so much. So we have arrived. Oh,
Here you go. Thank you.
Kamigasi, thank you so much.
We're at the market. I think the market is like always the best place to go to in the city. There's everything there, food, clothes, and people to talk to and stuff. I just like the market.
Oh, this is really cool.
This is a really cool street. So this area is called Pasar Baru. Yeah, there's a car trying to get past you. We just found it online. We searched up market close to me and this will come up. So we're just going to take a walk down the end and see what There
Yeah.
is.
Try and find the food section.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Oh yeah, let's try one of them.
I love this restaurant on a bike.
That's hard to cycle. It's very.
Yeah.
He's struggling.
Well, the ground is uneven there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. Alright, let's try some drink here. I don't know what it is.
Hi.
What's the best one? Or what are they?
This cendol. Cendol. Special Indonesian food. Indonesia.
Like a drink?
Yeah.
What's inside?
Special Indonesian drink.
Special.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I'll try it. Go on.
We'll get one.
Seems to be popular. A few people are getting it, so we'll try.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's in this.
It'll be nice.
$10. How much?
15,000.
Iya. How much?
15,000.
Satu aja.
15,000.
Oh yeah.
15?
15.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Terima
Thank you.
Sama-sama.
You try first?
You try first.
No,
Julie.
you.
So I have no idea what's inside this, and I hate that. I always need to know what I'm drinking, but I'm gonna try it. There's no smell. Very strong.
Durian.
No, it's not durian. I have no idea what that is, but it's nice. It's sweet.
Did you look up the name? What's the name so I can look it up?
I don't know what it is. It's very nice though. It's very good. I like that. Try it. Did you get it?
I got a shock when I took the sip. Did you?
Yeah. It's
As,
like,
as in like it's so strong. I can't describe the taste. It's like a caramelly toffee taste, like a toffee kind of drink.
me and Julie are the worst ever people to do food reviews because we have no idea what to say or what's in things. So this is good though. I'd get it again.
I don't know if I like it. I know it's not bad. It's just I don't know. It's like toffee. I don't like toffee or caramel. It has a really sweet taste,
Yeah.
and I'm not really a sweet taste person. But Daniel loves sweet things.
Very
so
good. I like it.
You can
Here you
have
go.
it.
I'll have it.
Now, gonna do a bit more walking. It seems to be a little bit more busier here. Daniel's shopping.
My favorite thing to do.
I just got a new wash bag. They have the rice too and the... I think it's coconut leaves, not banana leaves.
Where you come from?
Daniel.
Ireland.
Oh, Ireland.
Ireland, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Could I get some of this, please?
Yeah. Em một bịch
Ask him to pick your food.
để cho bạn em.
Is that really spicy? Small spicy?
Little spicy.
Little spicy.
No.
What's it called again? What's the
Patel.
name? Patel.
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 Yeah.
the one that the taxi driver said to try.
Oh, is it? Patel. Terima kasih.
Indonesian favorite vegetarian.
Sit down here.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the best vegetarian food in Indonesia.
It's called pesel.
Pastel. I'm not a vegetarian, but
But you eat vegan food
I
sometimes.
eat vegan food sometimes. But yeah, we'll try it. Looks good. He said it's a small bit spicy, so
But you can take it.
I can take it.
I pay for you, yeah. Yes.
No!
Oh, no problem.
Oh my god, he just bought it for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
It's okay? You like it? Yes.
Delicious.
Peanut, they will. This sauce is peanut.
So nice.
From peanut.
Oh, wow. Little spicy.
Yeah, little spicy, yes.
Ooh. Do you want to try, Julie?
Well, I can't really do spicy. Wait, no, I'm gonna put it on this.
That's very nice.
Huh?
So good.
Is it half spicy? Mmm. That's tasty. Ooh, and spicy. That kind man just paid for Daniel's food. Like, you don't get that often, honestly.
That's the first time it happened to us.
Yeah,
It never happened to me before.
that was really sweet. But like, he was like, "Come try." I think it's because he invited us to eat, and we tried it because he said so. Maybe, you know, he wanted to. So yeah, it was very nice of him.
I think it's really nice. I'd definitely get this again. It's so good.
Yeah, it's full of veggies as well, and
So much flavour.
yeah, and the sauce is like peanut sauce, satay sauce. Did you say?
Peanut, spicy peanut sauce.
I really like it though as well. I'm gonna go at it as well. Can you ask her to add the tofu thing, the left one to the right? Here, please.
Could I get one? This one. Tempeh. This one? Yeah.
How much?
1,000.
So I had this before. Honestly, this is a quick funny story, but we were getting a taxi at Grab and the guy invited us to his house for some food, and his wife made us food, and she had one of these as well, and I really liked it, so I just got one. But yeah, we're at a Grab guy's house for dinner one day. I'll put some pictures here, but he was so friendly.
Always when we're not vlogging, cool stuff happens to us.
I know,
That's finally something happened to us cool in the vlog now. Someone brought us food. Good?
You like it?
Yeah, very spicy though.
Yeah, that's good. Wash
I
it
like
out.
spice. I like spices. I love how he said a little spicy, but oh my god, this is very spicy.
Daniel's blown away.
I did before in Bangkok the Marqueen spicy dish.
Yeah.
This is nearly similar.
You're joking.
I swear to God, yeah.
You're joking.
Not as intense, but like, yeah, it's spicy in the mouth.
You're sweating out your eyes and
Yeah,
nose.
it's hot.
And I love the way you have to eat it because it was paid for you and they're all looking at you. You okay?
Sweating, my mouth is on fire. Whew. Right, let's go to the end of the market now and then.
Yeah, we're actually almost at the end, and then there's a few little shops side by side with really nice things in it actually. There's really nice bags and stuff here, but hello. Hi. We have weight limit because we don't check in our bag because we're backpacking and we don't actually carry that much stuff, so buying things is like not good. We're always throwing things away, giving them to people. Everything here is lovely, but I can't buy it. And there are decent fakes here, like fake Dior stuff I see. I'd buy if I was going straight home, but we're going to Sri Lanka tomorrow. We go tomorrow.
I can't wait.
Me too. Sri Lanka is gonna be so fun.
But as we said, we will be back in Indonesia again because
We didn't get
we
to
weren't
explore
planning
properly.
coming here. As our friends flew to Bali on a holiday and we went to meet them, and then we ended up staying for like a month or 2 months. But we definitely will be coming back again
Yeah, definitely.
because we haven't really we didn't get to plan until now. We'll be back and plan it properly and see all the beauty this place has to offer. But
Yeah, it's really big. Like we've literally only touched this place. We haven't explored it at all. Indonesia is so big as well. I never realized how big it was. Like even traveling from Surabaya to Jakarta was what, nearly 20 hours in a bus.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even take up most of the country. So I really want to come back and do it properly. For now, this is our last vlog in Indonesia and we really hope you enjoyed.
yeah,
We didn't post that much, but we'll definitely come back and do it again. We hope you enjoyed today's vlog in Jakarta. Thanks for watching.
thanks for
we'll
watching,
see you
guys.
in the next vlog.
Bye bye.
Bye.